Hey, Laura, good morning. I'm going to let everyone, uh, give everybody the mic before before I get into it, just see how everyone's doing. What's going on, Chris? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Appreciate y'all showing back up to the Monday Spaces. What's going on? Hey, Rain. What's up, JB?
Hey,
How's it going? How's it going?
it's going good. I'm sending your things out in the morning.
Okay, sounds good. I look forward to it. I'll be home this weekend to stop at my PO box or
Okay.
my mailbox, and I'll let you know when I get them. I'll like DM you.
Okay, I'm gonna send the one for the giveaway and yours personally too, so you already have both of them.
Awesome. I'll make some content and like do a YouTube video and stuff like that about it.
Okay,
Appreciate you.
you're welcome.
How you doing though?
Good, just working.
That's what's up. What's going on? Just waiting for more people to come in before we get the space started. I'm gonna put in the jumbotron. It's kind of what we're gonna talk about. Let's see if I can get it up there. All right. I'm out here in Dallas, picking up some shingles that I tried to pick up Friday, but I was late. The load that I was dropping off, their forklift was out of service, was shut down. So I had to wait for them to get that back up. And by the time I could get over to my next pickup, it was already 2 o'clock. So I had to wait until today to pick it up. So I'm picking this up and head to Arkansas. Just waiting for some more people to come in before we get it started. Chris, how's your signal? Let's see if I can go ahead and see the co-host.
It's maintaining right now, so
Yeah.
as long as I don't move around the truck much.
You say you delivering right now? You have to deliver?
I'm waiting to deliver. I checked in. Like, what it's not till noon. Come back at 11. All right. Ain't nobody in none of their doors.
That's crazy. Well, they got safety meetings and just moving stuff around and get you in there. You just don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, I go in there. They're moving all stuff around. Everybody's working. I check in. He's like, yeah, your appointment's not till noon. Come back. All right. I'll go sit outside.
That's crazy. What's up, DV? What up, Kev? Hey, Kev, we ain't seen you in a minute, man. How you doing?
I got locked out of my Twitter.
Oh, I think Mom did say that, not long ago. I forgot about that. Well, I'm glad you got that account back because some of us run through accounts. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Some people I'm still waiting to get in here. Hopefully they pop up and show up. This space, I gave everything's in the jumbotron, just talking about for new drivers, you can still make money out here. Y'all all drivers, y'all know what it is. I'm not sure about uh, let's see, DV. So you follow me, probably looking to get a CDL or you already have a CDL. But as far as if you can still make money with the CDL license, um, I'm a testament of that. I have a lot of trucker friends who are a testament of that. Yes, there are issues right now in the supply chain, high diesel fuel prices, things like that. As a company driver, one of the benefits of being a company driver is you don't have to worry about those things. You don't have to worry about having to fuel the truck. You just drive, whether you're getting paid mile percentage or whatever. But you still there's still things you run into as a company driver. Everything's not as smooth as we want it to be all the time out here. Like it's always you know little hurdles, whether it's appointment times like Chris was just talking about, dispatchers or things like that. It's always things you have to kind of figure out what's going on, Harris. But there's definitely still money out here. I've somebody who just started at Swift. I was trying to get her in here. I think she's still in that meeting, but she just started at Swift, and things are going good for her. She was trained up. She actually had her CDL before that. Uh, Hopped in a truck with a trainer. Now she's in her own truck, and she's doing good. I wanted some feedback from her to give you guys like a actual personal interaction, see how like an actual new driver is doing. So we'll get her on here more sooner than later. What's going on? Let's see what's going on. What's going on, everybody? That's just popping in. So like next, I'm gonna talk about like how much do you need to get saved to get through CDL school. Man, I don't think I had much money. I don't think I had much money when I went to CDL school. The state of Texas paid for my CDL, and they actually gave me money to go to CDL school. They gave me money for uh, like Uber to get back and forth to school. They gave me money for like clothes, steel toe boots, like just like real basic type of stuff that I would need for the truck. Um, it's hard. It's actually hard to go through CDL school with a job. So for people who are looking to get a CDL, I think it's good to save up some money, like at least a month's worth of expenses, whether that's rent, phone bill, light bill, water, electricity. Save up at least a month or two. I would say, like, if you can save 2 to 3, only because after school, like, yeah, you find a job, right? But at a as a trainee to a CDL company, like you find the company you want to work for, you are being trained and you're getting training pay. So that could be like anywhere between like $400 or $500. I don't think I was making much a week as a trainee. I think I was getting like $400 a week, $400 or $500 a week at Stevens Transport out here in Mesquite, Texas, is where I started, and that's not a whole lot. Um, because one thing was going to happen, like as being out on the road, your expenses are going to go. You got to figure out like you're going to get new expenses. Like you might be used to going to a grocery store and spending like $200 for yourself for the month. You know what I'm saying? Out on the road, what you they kind of like, you know what I'm saying, they kind of tax you at these truck stops. They're gonna those prices are increased. So like what you bought at the store on the regular, you're getting a smaller portion and you're getting like a higher price. So having that backup, like that little cushion of money where you're able to figure out like how to maneuver over the road, how to change and adapt to that lifestyle is it really comes in handy. Let's see, like if anybody has any questions, everybody has a mic. So if y'all have any questions, just tune in, pop in, and let me know what you got to say. Next, how much you get paid as any driver? We already talked about that. Adjusting the spending and budgeting, we talked about that a little bit. So again, just going off of that, adjusting to that spending and that budgeting as a new driver. Um, it's easy when you don't have like responsibilities back at home. It's a lot easier when you don't have to worry about like if you have a 1 bedroom apartment and you're going over the road for like 2 to 3 months at a time. Some people like they'll give up that apartment that'll like put more money in your pocket. That's right now, you know what I'm saying? That'll put like a good almost 2 grand in your pocket every month because you're living in that truck. Um, and that helps with like the food and the other expenses that you run into out here. Um, like I said, company drivers not paying for fuel, but like just saving where you can, car insurance. Uh, you know, like I said, that light bill, that phone bill. We used to, a lot of people just have a phone bill. You know what I'm saying out here. It's really, I think someone said, and I thought it was funny. Someone said that people were like, it was a company hiring like homeless people, and not to be like, you know, any type of way. They're hiring homeless people because like they don't have a whole lot of expenses, and they were actually like, putting them in a truck, getting them in their CDL, and a lot of them were changing their lives around. And the reason I bring that up is because like you almost are like homeless out here. Like if you get rid of that apartment, if you get rid of all of the expenses, that's the easiest way to come up in trucking as a company driver. The easiest way to come up, just getting rid of like all those attachments, putting your stuff in storage, or just bringing everything in the truck with you. Kind of getting into like a minimalist lifestyle. It's not easy for someone with a family. I have a family, so that's not like really an option. I have to make sure that everything is straight at home. Um, but yeah, let's see if we got some people in here. Okay, I see some familiar faces from last time. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Just going over everything that's in the jumbotron, just all the expenses, all the money woes you deal with as a new driver coming out into the industry. Like I said, you want to save as much money as possible. What up, E? I see you in here. I see some familiar faces from the last couple spaces. I do want to let you guys know this is a recorded space, so it will be up on my page. And also, I was able to pick somebody. I did pick a winner for the planner giveaway that I had for Father's Day. So I don't think the guys in here that won, but I will be sending that out. And we also have Rain in here, who I did an interview with Rain. And it was about, what I'm saying, some things that we don't talk about a whole lot out here as far as like taking care of your skin and the skincare routine for truck drivers. So she's actually doing a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway. Um, and I'll figure out like what the qualifications will be. But we're going to do the giveaway. It's like a little skincare routine bag or something like that. And we'll get more into details when I get the package. Um, but what's going on, Ruben? What's going on, Black Hockey Club? Um, E, do you have anything you can add on to any of the topics at the top of the page as far as saving as a new driver? One of the things that me and you talk about a lot, like when I got into the truck, I had a lot of debt. Um, so like just getting rid of a lot of expenses that the ones that I could, like a car note and stuff like that, because I wasn't there to drive the car. My wife doesn't drive; she Ubers everywhere. I didn't have I didn't have a choice. They repoed my car, so like that was already a given. I didn't have a car note, easy. Um, so I got out of debt, lowered my expenses, and then like after that, I was able to save more money. So in saving more money, one of the things as a driver, as someone who's looking like kind of forward into what I want to do in the trucking industry, you want to get your credit right. You want to get some credit established and build relationships with these banks. Um, and the way I did that was by getting a secure card and secure loan. Um, Working on that helped build my credit to where I have like a pretty good line of credit with some banks and have pretty good relationships established. Um, Mob in here, Mob was actually helping me get to where I was able to lease a truck. I had contacted Lone Star. I think it's Lone Star. Or I contacted one of these like truck leasing places and actually qualified to lease a truck. This was like, I don't think it was last year. It may have been last year or the year before. But with me building my credit, having a savings account established, and presenting that to the leasing company, the truck leasing company, they qualified me to lease a truck. All I had to do was pick out what color I wanted, which was dope. Like seeing that, like all that hard work paid off. Um, I still wasn't comfortable at the end of the day pulling the trigger. I had uh, a couple grand saved. I wanted a little bit more just for cushion, so I kind of psyched myself out the deal. Now I'm leasing a truck. I'm still leasing a truck, but it's not a third party lease. It's with an actual company, but it's still a good deal. And I had somebody comment earlier, and he said that he had paid off his lease, and I was trying to get him in here. He might be busy, but we're gonna get these people in here to talk more about it. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and let me know. I'll go ahead and open up the floor, and just, we can talk about it as far as how you survived getting your CDL, getting through training. If you're a driver, like how did you do it? How did you get to where you were able to establish a savings account, establish credit, and build your business, like from just getting in the CDL to where you are now.
Um,
Cool, cool.
I don't know where to really start with people. I would say first off, recognize that being a CDL holder, driving a truck, is a skilled labor job, right? With any skilled labor job, it takes some time to build up the skills in that area. Arguably, trucking is one of the areas in which you can advance literally the fastest, making $0 to $100,000 pretty quick if you play your cards right and put yourself in a better situation. So looking at it from that perspective and recognizing it is what it is a skilled trade. Understand that the money is out there, but when you first come into the industry, things are going to be a little bit tight because you're new, right? With any new job, any new career field, you're not going to start at the top of the pay scale. So you're arguably going to start at the bottom of the pay scale, but as you gain more experience, your pay will go up. Don't let lifestyle creep come into play. It's nice getting those nice big checks, but one of the things ends up happening is people spend too much money. Hold on one second. I'll be back.
Yeah, yeah, that is a thing. Like, you know, when I got out here, I don't know what did I buy. I wasn't big on like buying stuff because I had like already went through a phase in life where like I bought the designer. I had like what I'm saying, everything that I wanted. Um, just going out partying and like what I'm saying. I kind of went through that a couple years before I got into trucking, and like it was like a lifestyle where the money was fast and like as fast as it came, like without having that financial literacy and knowing what to do with the money, it was going just like that. So I'd already kind of been through something like that and like realized like, all right, with the trucking money, I had to do something different. So it took me maybe like 5 to 7 years to realize like, okay, I need to build credit. Like even after having an apartment and like, what I'm saying, getting cosigns and stuff like that, still not understanding how credit works. Um, but once you get in this truck, it's a lot easier to kind of. I think it's a lot easier to kind of like just sit down and really think about stuff because that's all you have to do all day is just think. There's really nobody in here with you. It's really you, yourself, and God. And you know what I'm saying. It's up to you to really get right, or you can, you know what I'm saying, consume other things like But if you're looking to grow, one of the things I did, I got onto like Dave Ramsey. I started off with Dave Ramsey and like trying to get out of debt, and I was able to like follow those baby steps to get out of debt. Um, but Dave Ramsey wasn't he wasn't big on getting credit and credit cards and mortgages and stuff like that. He's just pay cash for everything. So I wasn't feeling that. I was like, especially in the trucking industry, like knowing that you can lease a truck and do all these things. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna just do cash everything. So I established credit, figured out how to establish credit, watched some YouTube videos, got some mentors who kind of walked me through the process of building credit, and talking to Eric, like once a week, seeing where he was with his credit journey, letting him know where I was. I'm saying? We kind of piggybacked off of each other, um, and until we got our credit to a point where we were able to establish large lines of credit and make some different moves. And like I said, it's not overnight. Like Eric said, like you can make $100,000 in this industry as a new driver. Um, I did it my first year. I did at least like 2 trucks, and then I trained drivers as well. And like I said, without having that financial literacy, that knowledge, that money was gone. Like I walked away from Stevens Transport. I grossed 100,000. I didn't see 100,000. There wasn't 6 figures in my bank account though, so I had to go back to the drawing board and figure that out. It's like, all right, like if I could do this, like cool, and but how do I save more money? So I actually stepped back and stepped down, and went to a couple other companies, um, and actually at a company, my first flatbed company is where I actually saved the most money, um, based on, like I said, just getting that financial literacy, that financial knowledge, um, having low expenses, keeping the expenses low. You know what I'm saying? Just sticking to uh, the routine of trying not to eat out as much, not buying a whole lot of like just crazy stuff, not really going out on the weekends. Me and my wife would go out to eat like maybe once a week or something like that, which is not too bad. You know what I'm saying? You still want to prioritize things that matter, things that, you know what I'm saying, that actually mean something. But, it's hard at first. It really is hard. It's hard. Like a lot of people can't see the like the long term picture, um, especially out here, because that money comes fast. You get paid. You go from getting paid every 2 weeks or paid every once a month on the first and 15th to getting a weekly check every week, and there's like a comma on that check. You know what I'm saying? 2 to 3 grand. That's what some people make in a month, and that's crazy. Not knowing what to do with that money can go out the window fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, just especially if you got a credit card or a debit card, you swiping everything, you tapping to pay, you getting what you want. Um, and then you know what I'm saying. Once that money going, a lot of truckers operate like that. That was one of the things I had learned, like when I first came to the industry. Like a lot of truckers operate, okay, like one of these checks, I only need one of these checks because it's gonna pay for everything for the month, all my expenses. So 3 of these checks I'm about to blow.
Hello.
And whatever, however, hey, what's going on? Oh, what's up, Jay? What's up? What's up?
Hi, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
okay.
I'm in the mountains. I didn't have service, but I'm here. Okay, bye.
No, 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 wait. No, why? Hey, come tell us, can you tell us about your journey? You know what I'm saying, with Swift?
You talking to me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. It's Jade. You don't know me, but I'm Chris's friend. So I just started working for Swift because I had to get some experience under my belt before I could put myself on my own business insurance. It's a long story, but my experience with Swift so far is pretty decent. I think they get a really bad rep, and I think we're all like, oh my God, sure wish I finished trucking, to be funny, like, oh, people can't back up. However, I've had a really good experience here so far. They're one of the few companies that actually paid me what they said they were going to pay me. They didn't bait and switch me, through training and all that stuff. And I did my research. I tried with like Western Express, um, Schneider, even JB Hunt. I couldn't go to because I didn't have at least 3 months experience, but I highly recommend them if you're a brand new CDL driver. If you want to just get some experience, if you want to find a regional position, they have that available, OTR, all that fancy stuff. So far so good. I don't really have any complaints. So
For sure. Okay, so can you tell us like how much new drivers get paid a week, like as a trainee for
Oh
Swift?
yeah. So that's the one thing I will say. Any company that you go to, it's not going to be, super high pay for training, but with Swift they pay $800 a week for training only. And then after training it's a per mile basis. So the account that I'm on, I chose, I live in Jersey. I chose an account that's upstate New York because it's only like 3.5 hours away from my house. I'm regional. I run from Jersey to Maine, and it's I think 71 cents a mile because I work on weekends too. So that's not bad. I've had like 3 full weeks under my belt, and I've averaged about like 15 to 1700 per week gross. So
Miles or
no,
oh, that's
dollars, sorry.
got it, got
Yeah,
it.
and I run like 2,000 to like 2,600 miles about a week. It depends on if I work a 6-day or not.
For
So,
sure.
so it's not bad. So you could definitely make some good money, right out of CDL school. However, don't expect to make millions of dollars when you're in training. When you're in training, are people? I guess Chris, are people on the call that are like trying to find jobs and stuff? I don't know. I tuned in late because I'm late to everything. I'm sorry.
You good? You good?
But yeah, like if you're in training or going to training, just prepare to be uncomfortable. That's the one thing I will say. Um, my trainer didn't have the best hygiene, unfortunately, but I just stuck it out because he was an OG, and I'm like, all right, you have a lot to teach me, and all that fancy stuff. But prepare to be uncomfortable, but make sure you stick it out, because once you're done with whatever company you go with, once you're done with like that set amount of hours, you'll be golden and you'll be better off for it. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. And I'm not gonna let Jay just come in here and like, she's not a company driver. Jay's a boss. She's had her own company for, you know what I'm saying, over a year. She's
Almost
out
2 years,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, she has her own truck. Her and her cousin are really out here doing like some big things. But one thing I like about Jay, and I don't see a lot of people doing this, is even after she had a company, she, like while she had a company, she's in the process of getting her CDL. But even her not having to learn how to drive, even her not like having to get the CDL, she still even went and, like, you know what I'm saying, got behind the wheel of a mega carrier just to. And a lot of people, we say this like pretty much every one of these spaces. A lot of people don't understand that, you know what I'm saying, you have to crawl before you walk.
You
And
really do,
in
yeah.
saying that, in saying that, uh, you get to mess up Swift's equipment. You know what I'm saying? You get to figure out how to figure out how to do all these different things in their truck, and you don't have to mess up your truck,
Very true, man.
right?
Listen, I backed in a container like 3 days ago. I was like, damn. I got the little piece that chipped off. I'm gonna send you a picture, Chris. The little piece that chipped off. I kept it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna
Oh
save
shoot!
it. And then when I dropped the trailer, the yard dog was like, "Oh, that's really
Like
bent
that.
right there." I was like, "Yeah, it was like that when I left it. When I
Hey
picked it up, I
yo,
don't know what happened." He
hey
was like,
yo.
"Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy." But no, it's just to piggyback off what you're saying though. You really do have to crawl before you walk, especially in transportation, man. Like I made a lot of really really shitty I'm sorry, really crappy decisions, and I just learned a lot of things the hard way, especially from, before I started driving and like not being able to drive. You're really at everybody else's mercy, and that's really what made me be like, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna get a job working for another company. I'm gonna learn how to drive, and I'm gonna go from there. So
That's dope.
and I'm driving right now. I don't know if you hear my blinker. I don't know if you can or not, but
Yeah, like, can you make a turn? Like, when you gonna make that turn?
I'm making
Jesus
it right
Christ!
now. Damn, relax.
All
You on
right,
your own yet? Are you on your own yet? You
Oh
still
no, I'm on
training?
my own. I've been on my own for like 3 weeks now.
Dope.
Yeah,
for sure.
my truck is very organized. So I'm very pleased, and it smells extremely amazing. I have a portable diffuser, so look on Amazon. It's like $15. Go grab one, y'all. Get some essential
Yeah,
oils. You'll be better off for it.
definitely got to make that truck like as homey as you can as possible, because
It's
that really is like your house for the week or for the month or for, you know, saying, those the time that you're spending out there on the road. That's really your sanctuary. At the end of the day, like, people are stressing you. You get so many stressors out there,
yeah.
off the road, off of like home. dispatch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that are out of your control.
Mm-hmm.
That truck is it's in your control. You know what I'm saying? You can throw up the neons and LEDs and put the TV in the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Do what you
yeah.
gotta do.
Have food. Make sure you have food on deck. Like you need food, man. Like I have so much food in here. I could be trapped in this truck. I mean, I have been out for 2 weeks actually. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah, I've been out for almost 2 weeks. I think in like 3 days it'll be 2 weeks. And I have so much food, it's not even funny. Like I have my mini fridge, a freezer, my microwave. Like, yeah, you need
See,
food.
yeah, that's one of my that's definitely one of my main rules. I tell people like before you pull up to a shipper, make sure you go get you something to
Hmm.
drink and eat. I don't care if you're gonna be 30 minutes late,
Mm-hmm.
because I run reefer, and it's a lot of times that I sit at a chicken factory for eight
Mm-hmm.
to 16 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting to get
You.
loaded. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
if you're in like one of those small towns that ain't got Uber or nothing, you just SOL for as far as food and drink, unless they got a little vending machine there.
Absolutely. And that vending machine never has anything good. Like I'm a fake vegan, but that's neither here nor there. So like I don't eat a lot of stuff. I'm very picky. And it's like vending machine, truck stop food, that's not for me. Like when I go home to Jersey, I literally will there's a black owned vegan place by my house. I'll buy a couple platters and I'll freeze like two of them and I'll just eat the vegan food all week because
What's
I'm
up?
just I'm not okay with like eating those hot dogs that have been rolling on those little in the freaking pilot. They've been rolling on that little rack for 10 years. I'm not with that. That's not happening. Mm-mm.
Hey, and I'm not gonna like let it slide though. We do have, and we need to get back on it. Like the little jump rope challenge, Instagram, where we, you know what I'm saying, keep each other motivated. It's a couple of us that, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, jump rope in the truck, and because that is like a serious thing out here, as far as like staying healthy, staying motivated to
For
work
sure.
out. Like just finding that time. It's hard to find the time, but that time is there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just something we got to do. But I got
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. I got my guy mixtape and music. I don't know your name yet, bro. I'm gonna send you a microphone because I wanted to get you in here to speak. Hey, Ronnie, I'm gonna put you down, Ronnie, as a speaker. I'm gonna bring you back up if you have any questions or whatever. But I have my guy in here, and I just want to get him a mic and
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm honestly, I'm really just listening. I'm in
okay,
training right now because I
what's
got
up?
my Class A test coming up
Oh, nice.
July 27th. So I'm not having a good time in training because my trainer
He
is
doesn't shower.
terrible.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he showers, but he's already basically he ran over the cones 4 times
Oh
already
my.
trying to parallel park.
Trying to teach
So
you how,
like you said what?
trying to teach you how, and he can't do it.
It's four of us in the class. You know what I'm saying? So we working for the state high. I work for state highway, so it's four of us in the class. And with that new federal law stuff that changed on February 7th, we got to
Hmm.
go through some extra training and stuff.
Oh, terrible.
Exactly.
And they threw him in there because he already had his Class A, but he said that he hasn't driven anything in over 10 years.
That's insane.
Oh wow.
So now he's trying to teach us how to parallel park. He already hit the cone 4 times. We got the low boy. He can't even unhook the low boy to talk to teach us to walk around. So we basically training. We basically teaching ourselves. But
They got Ronnie
yeah.
out
So
there.
I just took a minute to walk away, and I was like, let me hop on here
Right
and
on.
see if anything going on. So I'm just listening for real, for real.
You know what
Yeah.
might help you guys on YouTube? Look up the Driving Academy's YouTube page. That helped me to like back up better and park better. It's a lot of like they just explain to you like exactly when to turn and exactly
Hmm.
when to, when your trailer goes left, you go right, that kind of thing. So look up the Driving
Right.
Academy. And one thing I don't know about you, Chris, but I literally have never parallel parked a truck. The only time I parallel parked it
Hmm.
was in that stupid ass test. That's it.
I have.
I could
You
probably
going
count on
some
like two hands,
some
probably one
some
hand.
rest areas have it where you got a parallel park.
Stupid ass. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, some
My bad. Sorry.
yeah, some rest areas have it where you got a parallel park,
Hmm.
and then sometimes when you're trying to make a space, you got a
Mm,
parallel park. So but the thing that helped me learn how to back was remembering that everything at some point got to turn into a straight back.
that's very true.
So if you even if you started at a straight back, you know, you can watch that last trailer tire, see how close you get to the curb,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
then you start to, you know, bend it in. It helps.
Yeah.
But you know, as long as you take your time and you do it slow though, like everybody ain't gotta back up the fastest.
100%.
Everybody, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If you back up slow until you kind of get an idea of how long you gotta wait to turn your wheel or whatever, you'll be alright.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's solid. I still back up. I'm not in a rush to back up. I take it slow. I'm snail's pace,
When
like every
when
Some
time.
you rush, you hit
some
something.
days I can back up. Some days I could back up with one smooth back, and then some days I'm stopping 30 times to turn my wheel before I move.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah,
pulling
that
up.
that was
Yeah.
definitely me. Because when I left the oil field, I couldn't back up. I couldn't hit a dock for nothing because I never had to back. Like I never like I think I backed one time after I got out of CDL school. After that, you know what I'm saying, you just pulling into a site, so you never really have to back up your trailer.
Mm.
And yeah, so I I had to relearn all of that shit stuff over myself.
Yeah.
And backing in a manual and an automatic
Oh
different too,
yeah.
because a manual give you that little extra roll that I miss so much. But that automatic, sometimes they got that creep mode shit on it, and if you heavy, it jerk you around and it throw you off,
Mhm.
so you got to be extra cautious.
For sure. For sure. Man, I'm miss backing up them walls. Y'all got them big boxes on y'all. I get to see over my trailer and whatnot. So
It's not that
that's the
bad.
cheat code. Uh,
It's not
yeah,
so
I
bad.
ain't trying to get no box. I ain't trying to get no box. But I got my guy, mixtape and music. I don't know your name, bro. I see you in Texas, but I wanted you to come on and share that experience you had with paying off that lease truck. We don't get to hear a whole lot of those type of success stories. If you got time, I sent you a mic. The floor is yours to, you know what I'm saying? Just let us know, you know what I'm saying, how that went about.
Hey everybody, can you hear me
Yep.
okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Chris? This is I'm Marquis Jacobs when I'm in the truck, but I'm mixtape mini when I'm on the Twitter because I do music. That was my first love, but trucking
For
is the
sure.
business that pays me and allows me to, kind of put money into my other dreams. I've been driving about 16 and a half years. I've been owning my company. I'm on my fifth year in business at my company, 444 Transportation LLC. And I had the 444 before Jay-Z. I got documents to prove it. So,
Right
you
on.
know, he made it famous, but I made it a business. And I was telling Chris earlier that, one of the biggest things I found out is how important it is to have you a business in trucking, especially, if you have dreams of having your own one day. I've leased about 7 times over the 16 years I've been driving because I just really wanted to be an owner operator, and then I really wanted to figure out, the lease program. I'm real competitive, so when I don't like to let stuff beat me, and I felt like when I went through those bad leases, I kind of felt like they was beating me because I've been
Mhm.
able to, figure out everything else in my life, and I just couldn't figure out how to make that lease work. So when I finally figured out, some of the things I needed to do and look for to make the lease work, I finally won. I was able to pay my lease truck off this past December, and last year I was able to get like $600,000 in financing for my trucking company, and it all just stemmed from understanding credit and understanding business credit. Because what a lot of people think is that you have to have a lot of money to start your business, and that's just really not true. Business is just a structure, and if you start with that structure, no matter where you at, then you can build something that can take care of you for the rest of your life. I've been off work since Thanksgiving by choice because I just wanted to take a break and just take some time off to get my health together. And I had some other things going on with a divorce, but it was my trucking company that gave me the freedom to be able to do that. One of the things I found out with the lease programs is it's better to lease from a third party company, and that's like a company that you're not driving for. My first lease was with my first trucking company, and that was Trans Am, and they had too much control over what the truck did, and they was able to keep you in the hole and keep you from making money and stuff like that. But when you have a third party company, if you're not making the money that you need to make at the company that you're driving for, you're actually able to take that truck to other companies. Some of them will have rules, like the company that I work for now. Since I got the truck for zero down, well, the company I have my truck leased on to, they gave me the truck for zero down as long as I leased it on to the company I was working for. But if I wanted to move it to another company, then I had to put a $10,000 deposit down. And that $10,000 would cover, like, if I had trouble making my truck payments, then they would take the money out of that 10,000 instead of me like going home without a check. Another thing I figured out is it's better to, if you're gonna lease a truck, lease it on to a company that pays percentage rather than mileage pay, because percentage, you're always able to make more money as the rates go up, and that's what you're in the business for, to make money. And if you have mileage pay, it's only good in times like this, when like the rates are down and the fuel is high and stuff like that. Your pay pretty much going to be the same. But when it starts going up, that's when you're really going to suffer. But you still going to suffer because of the fuel prices cutting into your profits. So even in times like this, you kind of lose when you go with mileage. And then the last thing I wanted to do was put it on with a reefer company, because I've done pretty much everything except for tanker. I've done dry van, I've done box trucks, I've done 53-foot roll offs, I've done reefer, I've done flatbed. And out of those companies, in my experience, the reefer has been the one that was constantly busy all year round, no matter whether it's summertime, wintertime, springtime, fall. The freight is always consistent. You may have to wait when you get there, but as an owner operator or lease operator, you're getting paid for that time versus them trying to fight you as a company driver to pay you. And then if somebody doesn't pay you, then you can always opt to never go to that company or pick up their loads again. And just understanding like business. When I first tried to build my business, I tried to save up cash, and I was just like, if I can just save up enough money, then I'll be able to do this, that, and the other. But life kept happening, and my
Mm.
money kept dwindling down. And so I said, I got to figure out another way. So I started working on building my personal and my business credit at the same time. And that turned out to be the key to the success of my company, because the first 2 years I tried to save cash when I was in business. That didn't work. The third year I started working on, building my business credit. And in year four, which was last year, that's when I was starting to, secure all the finance. And I got 360,000 from the SBA. I was able to get 240,000 in business credit cards and vehicle finance and short term loans and different kind of stuff like that. And that's where
Mm.
the 600,000 came about. And that's not including the money I made, gross just driving my truck last year. So with everything, with my gross income plus that, I did about 760,000 total. And I mean, there's no other industry you can do something like that. So, there's a lot of power in trucking, but there's even more power if you truck under a business structure. And it don't matter if you're a company driver, a lease operator, or owner operator, it's gonna do the same thing for you.
100%. And I appreciate that. I know you said your initials was MJ, right?
Yeah, I'm Marquis
Right on.
Jacobs.
Marquis. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you sharing that. Jade, I appreciate you sharing, you know what I'm saying, your journey. That's what the room is really here for, just to, you know what I'm saying, for that mentorship that nobody's providing these drivers. We don't really get to talk to successful drivers like that on the day to day. We don't have spaces like this where we can be productive and we can come together and help each other out. This space is recorded. Y'all can come back and listen to this space and listen to everything Marquis and Jay just put y'all on. Listen to what Jerry just put y'all on. Listen to what, you know what I'm saying? All this information is going to be on my page. Make sure y'all also follow these people. Don't bother them too much. I don't know if they're looking to be harassed in their DMs, but like I said, that's why we're recording this space.
Oh wait, can I say one more thing before? Are
Yeah,
you
for
about
sure.
to end it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just letting people know. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, just letting people know. You know what I'm saying. That's why we here, just to follow y'all, just to follow everybody that's speaking. So the next time we have this space, I do this every Monday at 9:30.
Oh, okay.
And I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, understand like this is what we're here for. We are drivers. So everybody in here, you know what I'm saying, that's talking in the truck, owns the truck. I'm in my truck right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're here for, to like, you know what I'm saying, just help people out. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say, for whoever, I know somebody said that you're like actively training right now. I recommend that when you get on the road, your trip planning is extremely important. Make sure you plan your trip out. Make sure you know if you're gonna run out of hours and all that fancy stuff. Because if you're prepared, then you know where you can park. Versus, I have some friends who will wait until they run out of hours and they're like, oh no, I don't have anywhere to park. Now I gotta stop and figure out what I'm gonna do. So I recommend, be very diligent with your trip planning. And I also recommend getting a Planet Fitness membership because a lot of Planet Fitnesses you can pull into and they won't give you any issues about, parking your truck. And then of course now you can shower and work out and all that fancy stuff too. So get a Planet Fitness membership. It's like $20 a month. It's really convenient. It comes in handy. I got stuck in Springfield, Massachusetts the other day and I parked my truck at Planet Fitness. I went to the NBA Hall of Fame, had a great time, showered, went to sleep, and boom, started rolling again. So those would be like my two gems that I would drop. Just say trip planning and Planet Fitness. But that's really it.
For sure. Appreciate you, Jay. I see you, Jerry. I see you got your hand up. Jerry, what's up? What's up? What you got?
I just wanted to ask Markeith, the SBA loans, are they forgiven or like how does that work?
Well, that depends on the type of loan that you get. And typically, the PPP loans and some of the smaller grants are the ones that's forgiven. The one that I got is the EIDL loan. And with the EIDL loan, it's an actual, like loan, kind of like a mortgage. So you actually have to pay that back, but it's a real good loan because it has a 3.75% interest rate. You
Oh,
have
nice.
30 years to pay it back and you have 30 months before you have to make your first payment on it. But they do start charging interest the day you receive the loan, the day you sign your paperwork to accept the loan. They start your interest rates. So while you're waiting that 30 months, you are getting charged interest every month. So that's one thing you have to just know too. And
Are there
then
go
what was
ahead, I'm
that?
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are there any stipulations on how you can use the money or whatever?
The PPP loans, they're typically for like your employees. So if you have drivers, if you have office staff and stuff like that, that money is allocated for your staff. So that typically you have to pay your employees. But with the EIDL loan, it's more flexible. You can pay off credit debt, you can invest in equipment, you can buy real estate. You have more freedom with that loan, and that's why I went with it rather than go with the PPP loan because the PPP loan had just a long list of stuff that you couldn't do. And with the EIDL loan, you just can't do stuff like invest in marijuana. You can't do stuff like gamble and different things like that. But as far as building your business or paying off debt, paying off vehicles, different things like that, you can do with it.
Understood.
And then to add to what Jay was saying on the trip planning, one thing that I'm a numbers guy, and so one thing that I did was I kind of mastered the hours of service.
Mm.
And on the trip planning, the two things you can do that'll really help you out is understanding like the 8 and 2 split and the 7 and 3 split. I use those a lot, and because I use those a lot, I end up driving less and parking more. But I make more money now than I did when I was running 2 and 3 logbooks. And I typically only drive like 450 to 500 miles a day because what I figured out, we got 70 hours to drive, we got 80 hours to work. And I figured out as long as I keep my total hours under 8 hours and 45 minutes, then I would never run out of hours. And when I stay on the road, I'll be gone 2 to 4 months. I never have to do a reset unless the load is just not ready. But that's one thing that got me more miles and stuff like that later on in my driving career is the fact that I could work the hours like I did. So I was always available for more freight. And so that helped me make more money because when guys was running out they clock in 5 days and having to go into the shop or having to park and they needed that load delivered, then I was the one that was constantly being called to pick those loads up because I always had hours available. And
Oh
and
yeah.
and that
Is that
had me
called like recaps? Is that what
yeah,
that is? Like
Oh
running off of
yeah,
yeah,
running
yeah.
off
recaps?
of recaps.
I run off
Mhm.
recap. I don't do it how he do it, but I do. I run off recap same way.
Okay.
Cause one day, 1 or 2 days maximizing your clock won't hurt your recap. It actually help you on the next week. But
Mhm.
but if you do it every day, yeah, that shit gonna kill you.
Yeah, I run my 4 o'clock the first 2 days, and then the other days I do about, you know what I'm saying, 7 to 9 hours. Because like when that eighth day hit on the seventh, you know what I'm saying, you get them hours you got left plus that whole 11 that you drove,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, that first Monday or whatever.
I was just looking at my recap hours. I only got one bad day on there for like 4 hours, but I'm gonna have some hours that's gonna roll over into that, so I'm gonna be all right.
Okay.
And for people who don't know what they talking about, because there's some people in here who still don't have the CDL, who
Oh,
haven't
sorry.
seen log
Well, I
or
love the way this
electronic
thing
log or paper
transition.
log. Yeah, you know how we do. You know how we do.
I love it.
Haven't seen a paper log or a log, like they're just talking about the hours of service that a CDL driver can drive the truck. You can only drive your truck. We only have 80 hours every week. So I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I'm just
We
letting
got
y'all know
70
they're
hours.
talking. Or sorry, yeah, 70.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was about
70
to
hours
say.
to drive,
Where
80
are you at
hours
Uh,
that
to
you got
work.
80
I'm
hours?
sorry, I'm tripping.
Well,
they do things different in Texas.
No.
we got a 70-hour driving clock and an 80-hour working clock. So you can actually work
100%.
for 80 hours like if you were just on duty,
I
but you can only drive for 70 of those 80 hours.
I swear to God, I've only ever heard it as a 70-hour work week, and you can only drive 11 hours a day.
Well, now what it is, like as far as like the hours of service, the 70 hours. If you look up the 70-80 rule, then you'll see
Yeah,
that you can drive 70. You actually have 80 hours to work. But of those
yeah,
80 hours, you can only drive 70 of those
70 of them,
80.
yeah.
cause you can work 14 hours a day. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
got you. I
yeah,
got you. I got
Hmm.
you. I never heard nobody include the 80 in the topic of discussion, but I seen
yeah,
it before. I seen 70, 80, but I never questioned what the 80 was. I was just like, all right, whatever.
yeah. That's just basically saying, just like when they say that you can only violate your hours of service when you start back driving, you can actually be on duty for a long period of time. But if you
Yeah.
you you violate by getting back on that driving hour before your clock is expired. But if you just
Mhm.
working, you still not in violation. And see, I'm a company hopper. So before I was able to start my own company, I was always going to a new company. So I was always in different orientations. So I got to learn a lot.
That's
Yeah,
one
because
way.
soon as the money stopped, I was gone.
I hear that.
And did anyone have any more questions about the SBA or EIDL loans? Because the EIDL program has stopped now, but they started a new program called the 7A SBA loans. And with those, what the SBA are doing is they're working with certain banks in your area, and they will insure those loans up to 50% if those banks give you those loans. So I'm currently trying to get a loan to do payroll so I can hire a driver for my truck and start working from home because I got some other businesses I've been starting since I've been home to kind of give me some more streams of income outside the truck. And so I'm trying to work more towards that.
Yeah,
Marquis,
how was
real
it?
quick, hang on, real quick. Hey, Marquis,
Yes.
bro, you're both of knowledge, bro. I would appreciate if you know what I'm saying, if whenever you had a time to come in these rooms and like just shed that light because that's a whole other side of
Mhm.
trucking that we're not really getting to that business side. So whenever you can, man, if we in here, man, please just pop up. You know what I'm saying? Pop your head in. if you can listen and just give some guidance on whatever. But I just want to say, man, I appreciate you being here. Like Marquis said, if y'all have any questions, raise your hand. We'll get to you. Whether it's about what Marquis has to say, what anybody that's speaking has to say, or if you have some insight on anything in your journey that you want to share, just raise your hand. We'll bring you up. And you know what I'm saying, we'll get it popping off. But go ahead, E.
I was just going to ask him, how was it working with the Small Business Administration, like finding your person to work with to educate you on those things? I heard that the SBA can be a
Sorry about
wealth
that.
of
I had a
knowledge,
phone
but
call.
many people, many people just don't utilize it. So, could you speak about your experience with working with them?
Well, with me, I'm a person that likes to, get stuff figured out because I don't like people trying to play me or pull the wool over my eyes. So with me, I didn't work with anyone personally. I just went in and read all the information and found out what I needed to do. And I'm about to start working with somebody now. I'm gonna try to find somebody to work with that can give me more information on grants. But when I originally got my loan, I did all the paperwork myself. I did all the legwork myself. I found out all the information myself, and I just did everything myself. You know, but it was real. Everything was real easy. A lot of people are charging a lot of money to help you get these loans and stuff. But I mean, man, it was so easy that I would feel insulted if I paid anybody to do the things I did. Because I mean, it was just so easy. Wasn't nothing hard about it at all. It was harder for me filling out some of these job applications and trying to remember some of my work history than it was doing the SBA because they wanted the most minimum amount of information. And that's what was crazy to me because I filled out loans. I have accounts at 7 different banks. And I filled out loans for all of those banks and got denied at all of those banks, even with a 780 credit score and over $15,000 in the bank. But then when I got with the SBA and did all that information, the original loan I got was for 20,000. And then they came back later on and they raised the loan up to 89,000. And what they did, whatever you got before, they just took that off. So they gave me a loan for 69,000. And then after that, they raised it up again, and I was able to get, I think it was like 129,000. And then what they did was they found out that a lot of these companies that were helping people get the SBA loans was only helping the big businesses because they got a commission off of the loans that they got. And so what they did is they came in and gave small businesses an opportunity to get, more funding. And so they raised my loan up to 200,000, and then they raised it up again to 360,000. And that's how I ended up getting that. I got that like right before Thanksgiving. And that's why I decided, to take off around Thanksgiving. I haven't been back to work since. My truck been parked. I just started Ubering and I bought me a car to put on Turo and started putting that on Turo just to find, just like I said, some other streams of income while I'm home.
Mhm.
That's
No,
lit.
that's what's up, man. The money's out there,
That's
fam.
super
That's
dope.
I'm glad that you put that out there. That there is money out there, but you just got to be able to read and fill out the paperwork to be able to get to it.
Yeah, and it's also you have to, you know, line yourself up and be ready to receive it because there are certain things that they want to see, like with your personal credit and with your business credit. But with the SBA loans, fortunately, they wasn't really going on your personal credit. They was going on the industry that you were in. And that's the reason I got so much money is because my industry is the trucking industry, and they know how expensive that is.
Hmm.
And so they gave you like 5 years of what they feel like is 5 years of operating costs, and that's why I got 360,000 because based on their information, that's how much it would cost to operate a trucking company for 5 years.
Awesome.
And so it's having your all your credit lined up as far as your personal credit and having your business credit lined up. And once you do all those things, you'll be surprised at how many doors open for you. Because one thing I found out is that the banks have an internal credit rating system different from your regular credit regular I
Hmm.
mean the credit bureaus. So it's based on how much money you keep in the bank over a 90-day period. So if you have $30,000 in the bank over a 90-day period, you're on one tier. If you keep $70,000 in the bank for 90 days, then you're on another tier. It goes up 150,000, 300,000, million. And on these different tiers, then you're exposed to different products that the bank offers. I
Right.
wasn't able to get a business credit card from Bank of America for like 4 years since, because I opened their account with them when I first started my trucking company, and I opened it up at some more banks so that I can have other options in case one bank wasn't working with me. And I had a relationship at another bank, and I took some of my money and moved it around in different places just in case something happened, and I left like 75,000 in that account for like 3 months, and they called me up and gave me a $10,000 business credit card just because I kept 75,000 in my account for 3 months when I got denied when I had the whole 300 something thousand dollars in there,
Mm.
because I had it in there for less than a month, and then I had to start doing things like I had to get my engine rebuilt. That was a one thing.
Marquis, you're breaking
So
up.
I
Your
started going
signal
through a
going out.
divorce. So I decided to go ahead and pay my truck off, and just in case I had to, deal with all that. But yeah, the banks have their own internal credit rating system, and that's why it's important to do personal banking when you trying to I mean relations. They call it relationship banking when you're trying to build up your company and stuff like that. Go in there once a month, find you a banker to work with, talk to them about what you're trying to do, because that excitement and that energy and what you're doing rubs off on them, and then they have relationships within the banks where they can get things for you. And that's what I did when I got the $10,000 credit card. I went into the bank. This lady had been telling me to come see her for like 2 years. I never did. Then when I finally came home this past Thanksgiving, I decided, hey, I'm here. She called me. I said, let me go down there and sit down and talk to her. I went down there and sat down and talked to her, and she gave me a $500 business credit card. She called a friend she had that works in a department in the bank that approves credit action applications, and she told him about what I was doing just in just a regular discussion, and they both got so excited about what I was doing that that friend raised my limit from $500 to $10,000 on my business credit card.
That's dope. That's them relationships. We talk about that a lot. About building those relationships, me and Eric, with the bank for those exact reasons. Because you never know who knows who and what they can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's very dope. But Chris, did Chris leave? I think Chris was my co-host. I had him in here in case I started getting loaded. I'm about to pick up these shingles right now. I'm not sure, Eric. What's your signal like? You can take a co-host role.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
All right.
sitting.
But yeah, like I said, anybody, if y'all have any questions, please let us know. This is information that I wasn't expecting to get blessed with today. This is some real like heavy stuff that y'all getting just by showing up. Again, this is recorded, so y'all can come back, take notes, figure out, you know what I'm saying, exactly what everybody's talking about. Um, and the reason, like I said, the reason I can say this some heavy stuff because this is stuff that I'm in the process of doing myself. This is stuff that I'm looking to do myself. This is all like industry related, business related type stuff. I know we're here to get CDLs and people who are in training right now. This is stuff to look forward to. The first year I got my CDL, that's when I started my trucking company because I knew kind of what direction I wanted to head in. Um, and you know what I'm saying. Not long after that, I got my first credit card and my first business credit card and that type of stuff. So I'm not at that level, but you know what I'm saying. Obviously, Marquis mentioning that type of stuff. Let you guys know that it's always room for improvement, and the options to grow are out there.
And did you already have like your Dun and Bradstreet LLC and all that stuff?
Right.
Then you
For
open,
my
yeah,
business, for my trucking business, yeah.
yeah. And did you open up an account with NAB and all that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Nav is a good
Yeah,
resource.
yeah, it definitely is. It helped me out because I paid for that Dun and Bradstreet credit builder program, and it did absolutely nothing for me. And actually,
Yeah.
the feds sued Dun and Bradstreet. So if you paid for that $1,000 credit builder program from Dun and Bradstreet, then Dun and Bradstreet was forced to send you your entire payment back. I got mine back last month. It was like nine
Oh,
hundred and ninety
nice.
something dollars. So if you had paid for that
Mm,
through them, then you need to be checking your mail because you should be getting money from getting your money back if you paid for it.
Okay.
100%. And everything we talking about, like I was talking about before, this is all staying down until you can come up. This is all like having systems and processes in place, having a plan, so that when those opportunities, like Mark was talking about, when they present themselves, like you said, you're able to take advantage of them. You have that money in the bank. You have that savings account. You already know how to budget. Like I started the room off talking about budgeting. You know what I'm saying? Not letting that lifestyle inflation creep up on you. Now that you're making a whole lot of money in, you know what I'm saying, in with the CDL, not going crazy with it, because this is just the beginning. It's really just the beginning. Um, Obviously, y'all see like there's a lot of potential out here, and there's not a lot of people talking about this stuff for drivers as a CDL holder. People are talking. You know what I'm saying? People want to own a bunch of trucks and do all this and that. But y'all are starting off with the CDL, and this is how you grow with that CDL, to where you're not just in that truck, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to drive. Make it something that if you want to do it, okay, I can do it. Make it something to where if you want to hire somebody to drive the truck that you own, you have that option. Um,
Yeah, one thing I
we
would
have
say to people that's interested in becoming owner operators is when I first started, a lot of people were telling me, don't do it, don't do it. But I'm the person that's always looking for the why. So if you're telling me not to do it, then why shouldn't I do it? And once I jumped straight in, I drove 3 months and then leased me a truck. And I had a horrible experience with that. So I went back company and then I saved up my money and waited for a while, and then I leased again and had problems with that. And what I figured out is the reason why you should wait is because you want to understand what are the freight lanes for the freight that you haul, and what are the good areas, what are the bad areas,
Yes,
where the
sir.
lowest fuel at, where the highest fuel at. You want to know where you're gonna be sitting or where you're gonna get loaded immediately. You need to understand how your company operates as far as the dispatch. Are they only allowed
Mm-hmm.
to book you one load at a time? Are they allowed to book you multiple loads at a time? You want to understand how your dispatcher individually works. Are they always on their job, or are they playing Candy Crush when you out there rolling? Are they finding you another load, or are they waiting until you get unloaded to find you another load? And knowing all those things before you get into your own truck will kind of gauge what you're gonna do. And what I tell people that what I did in the later years, I started keeping up, even though I was a company driver. I started keeping up with everything on my truck. I started keeping up with the maintenance costs. I started keeping up with the weekly fuel costs. I started keeping up with how often the truck breaks down. And I just started managing the truck like it was actually mine. And once I was able to start seeing on paper that this truck was being successful, then it let me know that now I'm ready to start leasing. And even though some of the other leases didn't work out as well, I still made money on them before I gave the truck back. But this time I understood when it was time to give the truck back before I started, getting into the hole and not getting checks in for weeks at a time and different things like that. And then I also tell people that you want to prepare yourself to be a business when you're trying to get this funding and stuff like that. They want to see that you. They want to see basically a paper trail of at least 2 years, and that's why they ask for 2 years of taxes. And even as a
Mhm.
company driver, you can create that paper trail by getting your LLC and having your check deposited into your business account instead of your personal account, and doing everything out of your business account, paying all your bills, paying all your expenses, basically living off your business account like it's personal, so that they can see those 2 years of transactions.
That's real.
That's good advice.
Um, 100%. Yeah, like I said, that's stuff that we need to know. That's stuff we need to talk about, and like I said, that's stuff that I'm glad everybody sticked around and was able to listen up, and you know what I'm saying, and get these gems dropped today. Um, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. I'm about to get out and start strapping my load down because I got to get to this money because I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to go home for like 5 months too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can definitely do
um,
it.
Yeah, I be
so,
trying to do that, and then them kids start talking to me, and I would get on the load board immediately.
Yeah,
And I'll just.
hey, that'll happen too. It's done plenty of time. I ended my own time early because the kids were getting on my nerves.
Oh my
yeah, I'm gonna get a
gosh.
car.
Old girl start talking snappy. Okay, don't worry about it. Let me get the flow furthest away from home.
That's what my trainer said. My trainer was like, "Oh man, I go home. It's always something I have to do. I'm about to go back OTR." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." He said, "I'm not staying regional. I'm going OTR. That's it."
Yeah, they start invading your peace.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
That's true though. That's real true. When you get out on this road, man, don't talk to people who stress you out and throw you off your game. You can't be driving a truck 80,000 pounds and distracted. Like that's not okay.
Nah,
So
man.
somebody
I,
trying to argue with you or anything, shut it
And it,
down.
and the
uh,
call block.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Hey, man, 11 hours a day driving this truck. It's just you and your thoughts, man. You get to thinking about shit you could have done better 20 years ago. Man, hey, man, you had some teary days in this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
You get this shit challenges your mental health for real.
Yeah, that's
For sure,
true.
for sure. And make sure y'all follow Jerry. Make sure y'all follow Jerry. Make sure y'all follow E. We do have
I follow back, by the way, so don't worry about
what you
that.
call it. We got a little, you know what I'm saying, where we get to like talk to, you know what I'm saying, we call it CB banter. It's the real trucker lingo, it's the real trucker convo.
Oh, we ratchet
This
as
is the
fuck.
more
I'm gonna be honest.
professional side. This is more professional side. We like to keep it productive over here because you know what I'm saying, that's my brand is I want to help people grow. I want people to you know what I'm saying, get this knowledge. But if y'all want to get ratchet, you know what I'm saying, follow my guys. And like I said, we're gonna keep it pushing. I'll see y'all next Monday. Again, this space is recorded. If y'all have any questions, now's the time. Because I'm closing my DMs. I'm playing. I'm playing. No, but if y'all have any questions, then now's the time. But we'll see y'all again Monday. I really appreciate everybody showing up. It's your boy ChrisLeeTv. I'm signing out. Deuces.
Bye.